Okay. Therefore, since we have been justified through faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. Romans chapter 5, verse 1. Hello, Flavor Family. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. On today's menu, we have this fire orange chicken, and I'm going to be showing you how you can recreate this also. So don't place that order for takeout just yet. Try this instead. In the meantime, if you do enjoy this video or any of my content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to join the Flavor family. And without any further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so let's get started with our ingredients. First runner up is some soy sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and run through these really quickly, but don't worry, everything that I'm using as well as the measurements will be down below in the description box for you. So we have our soy sauce, we have white vinegar as well as some sesame oil. I will also be using garlic powder, then ground ginger, and also some ground black pepper. Then we've got salt, some sesame seeds, and then crushed red pepper flakes, but you can also use chili flakes as well. Then we have our cornstarch and also some all-purpose flour, then dark brown sugar, and lastly you will need a cooking oil of your choice. This is vegetable oil. Next, we have some chopped green onions. Child, I thought we was done, but we still got a couple more to go. Then I have my chicken, of course, the star of the show. This is chicken breast that I have cut up into bite-sized pieces, but you can as well use chicken thighs. Second to last, you're gonna need one unborn baby chicken. And then, of course, you can't have orange chicken without the orange. I'm using sun-kissed oranges, but I don't think it matters what orange you use. I'm just gonna go ahead and zest it. As you can see, I just took the zest or the skin off, and we are gonna go ahead and save this for later. And with the rest of the orange, I'm gonna go ahead and just slice this up and then juice it, just putting it in an orange squeezer and just squeeze the juice out. You can as well just buy regular orange juice from the store if you're lazy, but I'm just gonna go ahead and set this aside for now. And in a separate bowl, I'm going to crack in my 1 egg and give that a good whisk. Next, what I'm going to do is set that aside, and then I'm going to bring in my chicken pieces, and we're going to go ahead and pour in our beaten egg into our chicken, and I'm going to go ahead and just mix this up. This is going to be like our binding agent, so to speak, so that when we, put it in flour, it'll stick to the chicken. But just go ahead and mix that, put that aside, and then in another bowl, I'm going to go ahead and add in some flour and then some cornstarch, some salt, and also some pepper, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give that a good whisk as well. Alright, next steps is to put that aside, and then I'm going to bring in some paper towel here. This is where I'm going to put my chicken once I have dredged it in the flour mixture. And as you can see, I'm just grabbing some of the chicken that I coated in the egg, dip it in the flour, toss it in there, shake off the excess, and then I'm going to place it on my paper towels. And you don't have to use paper towels. You could put it like on a plate or on a rack or something, but I just thought paper towels were better because they don't, they're less likely to stick. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just gonna go ahead and repeat this process until I'm all done with my chicken. Alright, so prep work is done. Let's go ahead and start cooking, shall we? To my frying pan here, I'm gonna add in about 1 inch of vegetable oil on medium-high heat. And then once my oil is ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and just drop in my chicken pieces. And please do this a bit at a time as I'm doing. Don't just throw a whole bunch of chicken pieces in there. I know it's kind of tedious to do a little bit at a time, but if you want crispy on the outside and tender on the inside, you have to do it this way. If you want them to be crisp on the outside and tender on the inside, you have to do it this way. I'm sorry. Otherwise, if you throw a whole bunch of them in there at one time, you're gonna end up with like chewy or like gummy pieces of chicken, and trust me, it's not good. You don't want that. So just go ahead, be patient, let them fry. These are small pieces, so they don't take that long to fry. I'd say about 3 to 4 minutes until they're golden brown like that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and repeat this process until I'm all done with my chicken pieces. And voila, here is my chicken looking very delicious. But I wanted to show you what I meant by crisp on the outside and still tender and juicy on the inside. That's what you want. Okay, so now let's wrap it up by making our sauce and throwing this together. So in another bowl, I'm gonna add in half of my orange zest. Then I'm gonna pour in the orange juice, followed by 3 tablespoons of dark soy sauce, a teaspoon of sesame oil, followed by 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and then 1/3 of a cup of white vinegar. Also, I added a very generous amount of pepper. Depending on how spicy you want this, go ahead and cater to your preference, but I'm a spicy gal, so I added a lot of spice, okay? So afterwards, I just added in my garlic powder and my ginger powder, and I'm gonna go ahead and give this a very good whisk. Then just set that aside while we work on one last thing, which is our cornstarch slurry. Here, I'm just adding in some cornstarch to a bowl, followed by some water. And you don't need a whole lot of this. This is just gonna help thicken up your sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and mix those together and then set that aside. All right, final piece. On another pan on medium heat, I'm gonna go ahead and pour in my sauce mixture, and we're gonna go ahead and give this a whisk. Then I'm going to leave this for about a minute or two, just until it starts to bubble like so. Then I'm going to add in the remainder of the orange zest, the other half that we saved earlier, and we're going to stir this to incorporate, and I'm gonna leave this to cook for about a minute or two. After a minute or two, I'm gonna add in my cornstarch slurry, as you see here. Definitely give it a little bit of a mix before you add it in there, because the cornstarch does settle at the bottom. So go ahead and mix it, add it into your sauce, and as you see, it'll start to thicken up. Also, I'm gonna leave this for a little bit to cook, not too long, maybe like 30-45 seconds, just so everything can kind of come together, as well as you see that I am constantly stirring it just to make sure nothing is burning or that it doesn't reduce too quickly on me. And finally, I'm going to bring back the chicken now. Just go ahead and add that to your sauce, and then you want to give this a very good mix. Like, stir it, toss it, turn it, whatever you got to do. Get that sauce on every piece of chicken. This is optional, but just for some finishing touches, because you know, presentation also matters, I'm gonna add in a little bit of sesame seeds. You don't need a whole lot, just a little bit to make it pretty. And for me, I add a little extra because I like the texture of sesame seeds, but it's up to you how much you put in there. You really just need it just for the looks of it. Then I'm gonna bring in my green onion for a pop of color and some extra flavor, and there you go, orange chicken. You can eat this on its own or over rice as I did, but either way, your taste buds will thank you. Just go ahead and sprinkle it just with a little bit of sesame seeds and some green onion just for the presentation, and that's it, guys. You've got orange chicken that is way better than takeout. That's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video or any of my content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to join the Flavor family, as well as don't forget to hit that bell so that you are notified every time I drop a video. If you do try this recipe, let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. But until next time, that's all I have for you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Mwah.